I have only been in Winnipeg for 2 years, and I've only been in ministry with an affirming congregation here for 6 months. But within that 6 months, the March for Million March for Children has happened. And so I went to the counter protest downtown, and I had my collar and I had my stole, and I was very visible as clergy representing the church in that space. I was nervous because I know what being visible can be as a church person, especially when emotions are already high. But I was stunned by the number of people who thanked me for being there and for being visible, because it meant that the church was recognizing the importance of being present. And it was interesting because a lot of them had stories of, oh, I used to go to such and such a church, but didn't feel loved, wasn't told that I was good enough, wasn't told that I was loving in the right way. And so they were scared of church, but to see someone who was representing church and was on their side meant that maybe they could think about coming back to somewhere where they could engage in that relationship with God and in the church and be supported and loved. The tensions rose really, really quickly, and I was quite scared. And the police were at a safe distance away so that they were monitoring the situation. But it was so, I could see the ripples of hurt, and that people were going to have to carry that home. For me, as an ally and as a parent of a non-binary child, it was really important. And as a member of an affirming congregation, it was really, really important for me to be seen as church in that moment, because I know that the relationship between church and the LGBTQIA community here in Winnipeg has been tense in the last little while. So it's just trying to make sure that the church is just visible there, willing to have the conversation. I've been really pushing myself in being out publicly visible as a church person. For us at Westworth, it's about being visible from outside of the building. So always having something that has been out and about, showing the community that we are a safe space for folk in the community. And that was challenging. This just lasted a while because somebody stole our brand new progressive pride flag, but you just put your flag back up and you keep going. The other thing for me was ecumenical work towards being safe Christian religious spaces for the LGBTQIA and Two-Spirit space. So the reason I got sort of hooked in for the panel was because I volunteered for the pastoral care line here that was put up for several weeks before Thanksgiving, 24-hour pastoral care line for the LGBTQIA plus and Two-Spirit community to call in the wake of the protests that were happening. So to have a group of people who said, we recognize that this hurt is happening. We recognize we have a role as a church to offer support. How do we make that happen? And to do it voluntarily was a shining moment for the church to say, we're not all bad. And also to say, we know you need care. How can we help? Just here are the places you can go where you will be welcomed. So that's been a big way of being public and intentional, explicit as well, because it got news coverage and it was available and it was something new.